Hello and welcome to your reading that you have booked months ago. I'm not a bad reader, I've just had struggles with my mental health and, you know, same for you, so who are you to judge me, missy? I'm kidding, I'm honestly kidding. No, but it was a tough time for both of us, okay? And look at this, I'm finally okay enough to do your reading, which you probably forgot about, but, here's the reminder that you gave me money and I'm now delivering. Yes, you want to know about the message that your ancestors have for you. I tried to clear out my desk. I did. Mostly, but there's some stuff. Well, whatever. It's fine. It's okay. I'll do better next time, they said. Probably lying. Um, Hold on a moment, this phone is trying to kill me. Nobody saw that. Let's see. For all of you who are going to judge for seeing how much stuff I have on my desk, I need stuff to live, okay? It's what keeps me alive. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see the first one. Is this your first card? Does feel like it, yes. Very, very yes. Second card appears to be... Oh, we're getting something better here. Is it this one? Does appear to be so, yes. Let's check for the third. Okay, now for the fourth. Again over here. Okay. Is it this one? Does appear to be so. So let's find the fifth, which appears to be somewhere here. Is it this one? Yeah, does appear to be so. Let's gently pull our cards away, because tarot cards and any tool you're using for spiritual and whatever purposes deserves respect. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Well, that's... Wow, lots of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. I know what the Queen of Cups is. Okay. Okay, so Queen of Cups, they're like, oh, I wish you would get married. Oh, but you'd be such a good wife, but I can already tell that this is like a tiny little bit of concern. Ancestors, they're old people. You know how old people are. Oh, why aren't you married at your age? Who gives a... But anyway, let's go from the top. 8. Okay, so basically they're proud of how far you've come. They they're proud of how far you've come, how wow, wish I could get this. Even from a dead relative. Yeah, they see how much you've tried and applied yourself and struggled and suffered and they see how far you've come and they're like, yeah, look at her. Look at our little girl. She's doing stuff successfully. So basically, they're proud of your progress. 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. They see how. Listen, they're so proud of the money you're making. Like, I'm just the messenger. It's a bit awkward, but they're like so proud of how you can be independent, with all of your struggles that I, as your friend, am aware of. But this is them speaking, so yeah, they are so proud of you for being independent, how far you've come along, and the money you're making. So they're like just watching over you, pleased, so happy for you, so happy that you're fine in that regard, that you don't. I mean, they're proud that you're not struggling too badly with anything, basically. 9 of Swords. Okay, so they're telling you to meditate and sometimes try to directly speak to them because they do have advice. They do have things they want to say. They want to sort of speak to you directly more. Which interesting because you did book this reading, so it's like, hey bitch, we want to speak to you, like, give us a call sometime. And I do also know that spirit communication is something you want to get into also, which is also something I do, and I do offer lessons. Who said that? Oh no. Um, yeah, they want you to just stop and meditate a bit because they do want to reach out to you personally and say things and like push you into some good directions, give you some advice, like, look out for you a bit. Like, they're your family. They want to make sure you're okay. I wonder what the fuck that feels like. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Where we have the last 2 cups. Where are the cups? Oh yeah, the cups. Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. Wow. I mean, yeah, they do kind of want to see you not living alone, but that's not their biggest concern. They just want you to be safe because it's hard out there for a single girl. Like, I don't know, get a bigger dog. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. Yeah, they like they are trying to push you towards a man, but like that's your own decision. I'm speaking as I'm now speaking as your friend. Like, that's your own decision. This is just advice from a ghost. So it's like ghosts. So it's like, they just want to see you safe and settled and protected, and this light is giving me a migraine. The glare. Huh? Let's see if that. No, that doesn't do. Okay. Wow. Yeah, they're just trying to see that you're safe and protected and, aren't struggling, but yeah, that's going to be a little bit harder with all you have going on that I'm not going to air out in a video. I actually don't know if I'm allowed to make this public or private, so I'm going to have to ask you. And you're going to tell me in a week, so... So yes, they just want you happy, basically. Whatever that means, whatever that is. But there is that little push towards being protected by a man, which is outdated, so I'm guessing there's like a mix of... Yeah, these are like old-fashioned views that are telling me about it, like... Times have changed. We live in a time where we don't like men too much, even somebody like me who's, masculine presenting. I'm not in any rush to find a man. Like, I'm almost 40. Fuck. Like, I'm fine. Why am I speaking about myself? But I'm just trying to emphasize that we live in some weird times where men have lost absolute fucking minds, so... And I'm not going to speak on your personal business that I know. I'm just going to say that there's, calm down. You don't have to take this advice. But, they just want to see you happy and carefree, and they're kind of jealous of you, how youthful you are. There's this little like, oh, I wish I could have been like that at that age. And I know how old you just turned, so... Grandma. Yeah, they're just trying to look out for you. They're trying to keep you safe and happy and protected, and trying to... Oh, but they really want you to... They are so interested. When you do spells or whatever, I think they're just huddled around you staring and like, oh, we didn't have this when we were alive. This is so cool. Like, and that's also... Yeah, they want to communicate with you more, but like, I have this feeling that there's like a bunch of them, like when you're doing your little rituals and spells, they're like, oh my god, this is so cool, wow, I wish we had this. Like you know, those older Christian generations where there was only one options, and that was like Catholicism, Christianity, whatever. Like, yeah, it's this like, wow, I wish we could have done this, and like, but this is so cool. They're like fascinated by you reaching out to your deities, whatever, and they also help out a bit. So call on them sometimes, because you really have like a fan club here. You have several ancestors that are like all cheering you on. You have like cheerleaders, so you can just sometimes call on them for help too, and reach out and try a bit of communication with them directly without the use of a reader, because I want to personally have conversations with, like I said, like, but it's coming up in these cards, so. And definitely they are supportive of your pursuit of witchcraft. They're fascinated by it. And yeah, there's the Queen of Cups, who's like the ideal wife, which is another push to get married, but it's not. It's just a concern for your safety. because you're a disabled woman so living alone, so it's a valid point. But also, there's other means to protect yourself, so I'm just going to say that. They're really kind of proud of how nice you are. You know, in our little friend group, that's, I don't know. You know what I mean, that little cursed friend group, like you were the nicest one of us, and I personally have told you so many times that you're too nice, but apparently it works for you. But yes, they're so proud of how I've just been picking at stuff, having an ADHD moment, I guess, even though I shouldn't have ADHD. Never mind, fuck it. Ooh, I'm swearing. Yeah, so they're proud of you on so many levels. Like, yay for you. Great. Like, wow. You know, they are really appreciating that you reached out like this, that you're interested in what they have to say. There's like grandmas and grandpas and even older ancestors, like huddled around you, so curious about your life, and they're like mostly in favor of what they're seeing. Obviously, they're not too thrilled with your mental health and physical health struggles, but like, you know, can't win them all, I guess. Um, but yeah, they are pleased with you as a person. They're really, really happy how you turned out, how what a lovely adult you've become, basically. I guess. These aren't my words. I'm not giving you the praise. You know, they're just really proud of the woman you've become, how compassionate and caring and all of this stuff you are, so good for you. Yeah, but yes, I guess the main takeaway from this is that they want to talk to you personally without a medium in the middle of it, like pulling cards and stuff. You know, I can give you some tips and tricks on how to do that. Obviously, meditation is involved, as it was stated in, I forgot which card. Whoops. But yes, you're going to have to meditate a bit differently to reach out to spirits. And yeah, but they're proud of you. Must be so nice. And they're looking over you, and they want you safe and happy, and all of that nice stuff. So, I guess that would be all. Bye, and thank you.